All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game. This is gonna be a game between Lin Gao Gao versus Lin. I'm probably just gonna try to refer to them as, hold on. Can I? Yep, there we go. Try to refer to them as Undead versus Orc throughout this matchup. Lin and Lin Gao Gao. Well, I will probably get tongue-tied and confused very much. Anyways, we're looking at a barracks first from the Orc player. And that is already one thing to be aware of. A barracks first coming in from the Orc most likely means it is going to be a tavern hero. I am doing very well. Thank you, Leisure. Thank you for everyone who's tuning in so far. I don't know why it says there's only one viewer right now, even though I can clearly see like at least 4 different people talking to me. Maybe things are just lagging a little bit behind. Anyways, what are we going to be looking at in Lin versus Lin? But yeah, can anyone explain who Lin Gao Gao is? There is plenty of information on WarCraft 3 info if you want to take a look. I have done some games with Lin Gao Gao in the past. We are looking at an Ultra of Storms now coming in actually significantly faster than I thought it would have been. And it may not be a tavern hero at all. Normally, if you go for a tavern hero, the Ultra of Storms doesn't need to be built this quickly. So it may be a delayed Orc hero as a second Orc burrow also going down. Alright, a little bit of a strange situation that we're having here. Peon now making its way out as well. Is he going to start to train up a unit to make it look like he's trying to go for a normal hero, in TC versus PL. Well, it could be Tauren Chieftain, but as you can see right now, there is no hero being trained. We could see perhaps an Ultra of Storms try to train up something right now. Ultra of Storms is not training up anything, and the Acolyte is looking around like, wait a second, what is going on? There it goes. It is going to be a Tauren Chieftain. That Tauren Chieftain is actually trained up a little bit later than I would have expected. 20/20 supply right now. Is it going to perhaps get canceled once we get to the 2-minute 15-second mark? No reason why that Tauren Chieftain wasn't trained up earlier, as that Orc burrow now going to shoo away that Acolyte. Alright, Tauren Chieftain versus Pitlord. No, it is Tauren Chieftain versus Dreadlord. A very unusual matchup already. Not something that I would have expected to see in all of my years of casting. A Tauren Chieftain first versus now a Naga Sea Witch first. All right, very unorthodox to say the least in this Orc versus Undead matchup. We are looking at Dreadlord and Naga Sea Witch first. All right, coming back around. Thank you for tuning in, Man Frank. Oh, we do have a surround right here. This is going to potentially be a problem as a Naga Sea Witch is going to try and break its way free here in just a moment. There it goes, able to slip away. However, another surround coming in, and that is perhaps going to be the problem. Acolytes joining in. Ghoul is going to come up a problem here. Naga Sea Witch easily going to get taken down, and that is the problem as the Grunt perhaps going to try and run back as well. Grunts are going to go ahead get some engaging there, and who has who surrounded? That is the question, as the Grunts and so many units are fighting their way free. All right, Dreadlord down to 68 hit points. He's going to be low on hit points. A lot of Grunts out early in this battle, and this is because it was a barracks first. Barracks first going up against the others here. You can see that, well, the expansion attempt not working out as well, and this is a problem for the Undead. Undead has extra Acolyte that he can't really do anything with, as the units are going to try and fight here. There is an engagement. The Dreadlord, however, not healing. He got actually attacked by a Grunt, losing that regeneration ability. So yeah, there is another ritual dark dagger, a ritualistic dagger use right there, as the Dreadlord now going to make its way out, perhaps try to set up an expansion. Meanwhile, the Naga Sea Witch already slithering on her way up inside, off to the north. What's that new item for the shop for the Undead? That is the ritualistic dagger, or ritual dagger, that allows you to sacrifice an Undead unit to give this regeneration buff onto all of your units. It's basically Scroll of Regen for Undead. You get 2 charges instead of 1, and you have to sacrifice a unit. Normally you sacrifice Acolytes and or skeletal minions and or beetles, as the Grunts are now trying to engage here. All right, Blight now coming across. Oh, level 2 onto the Dreadlords. Quick sleep right there as well. as the unit's going to try to make their way out. Naga Sea Witch gets woken up with a love tap from that grunt, as you now see a little bit of damage being absorbed onto that acolyte, or onto that ghoul there. Is it going to get taken down? That is the question. 1 or 2 more shots. We are looking at vampiric aura from the Dreadlord to try and stay alive, and this potentially could be a problem as the low hit point grunt able to get away. Healing salve onto that low hit point grunt right there. More damage coming across, and the scroll of the scroll of speed counteracting that Nerubian Tower's slow attack, at least temporarily, as this grunt is going to have a very bad day indeed. All right, Grunt about to get taken down right here. There it goes. Naga Sea Witch first, not working out nearly as well as he would have originally hoped, as the Naga Sea Witch does finally get, well, some experience on the board. More Grunts coming to engage. That low hit point Grunt gets love tapped and needs to back away again. There's a sleep. And, well, with so many skeletal minions out, what an odd matchup here. All right, Grunts now trying to chase back the other way. Naga Sea Witch trying to escape back, and that was an 8-unit no surround, as the Grunt allowed for an easy escape. All right, more damage coming across. Ghoul is going to be able to perhaps finish off that last Grunt right there. There it goes. More damage onto another Ghoul as well. There goes another Grunt. Level 2 now onto the Naga Sea Witch, as more damage is adding in. Dreadlord getting closer to level 3. And are we going to see perhaps level 2 Vampiric Aura? That is a big question there, as the Grunt and the Naga Sea Witch may get taken down once more. Units trying to, well, make their way back out. 890 gold, 900 gold for the Orc army. Meanwhile, well, let's take a look. There goes a Grunt. Grunt going to get taken down right there. He's going to get love tapped and taken out, getting even more experience again. All right, trying to perhaps wake up the creeps could perhaps be a useful strategy, as damage is getting added up right there. Level 3 now on that Dreadlord. Dreadlord, does it have enough mana for another sleep? Yes, it does. And that Dreadlord gonna take down that Naga Sea Witch for a second time. 8-unit not surround. Yep, sometimes that does happen. Let's take a look. We are looking at, well, a Scroll of Town Portal being used right there. Dreadlord able to escape away down to 112 hit points. And what an interesting, odd game to open things up. We are now going into double Bestiary. Tag to tier 2. Already done. Now going to tier 3. As the Dreadlord needs to be very cautious. We are looking at 1 Ghoul right now getting trained up, but we don't see any anti-air. And if the Bestiaries are going to be going for Wind Riders, those Wind Riders are going to be doing a large amount of damage momentarily. Meanwhile, Naga Sea Witch perhaps was hoping for a Lightning Shield. I never saw it get cast. Grunts now needing to be forced back out. We are looking at some mercenaries getting hired up here, as the Naga Sea Witch absorbing a lot of damage. We're going to see a lot of healing salves here being used in just a moment. Naga Sea Witch first, coming in from an Orc player. Never in my years of casting I believe I've ever seen this particular type of strategy. All right. Naga Sea Witch, are we going to see some damage onto that Skeletal Minion? Skeletal Minion Grunt purposely trying to back away. Forest Troll Berserker, Forest Troll Shadow Priest should be able to easily finish it off. There it goes, as the Naga Sea Witch is now just shy of level 3. Dreadlord setting up his expansion now at this 8-minute mark. Acolyte now making its way back out as well. We're looking at more units just continuing to pull back. We're looking at double Ziggurat and a Haunted Gold Mine. Meanwhile, what are we training up? It is, in fact, going to be Wind Riders. We are currently sitting at 37 over 40 supply. A lot more Wind Riders could be trained up right now. We need to get that supply going. And there you go, sitting at 37 over 50, has enough for what, an additional 3 more Wind Riders in the air, with 1 Wind Rider already present. And if we see a lot of pressure with those Wind Riders, it may work out. However, the downside is that the Haunted Gold Mine and all of this is already going to be completed. Also, it looks like there just isn't that much gold to go around, as a Great Hall is being set up as well. All right, interesting choice, as interesting as in a little bit confusing. Trying to go for a rush of Wind Riders while expanding is going to, well, delay Wind Riders being trained up from these double Bestiaries, and because of that, well, it seems like it's just an unfocused strategy here. Lin, unable to do very much right now. It does have a couple of Wind Riders here. Going to get Fork Lightning and try to finish off a couple of those units. Takes down a Ghoul. There is a Dreadlord in play. Blight is currently out and about. Fork Lightning versus Ghouls is going to be absolutely great. Wind Riders does not have Envenom Spears. Acolytes are going to try to back away. There is a Nerubian Tower there, though that's going to cause problems as the Ghouls, well, the Wind Riders are going to try to go after those Ghouls off to the north and perhaps get a little bit of experience that way. Naga Sea Witch is already seen at level 3. Wind Riders are already pulling back here as they should not be trying to engage next to the Black Citadel and that Nerubian Tower. Going to go ahead and hide off on the side. Meanwhile, Fork Lightning coming across all of those Ghouls. Level 2 Fork Lightning, as we saw earlier, that is going to have a little bit of a downside here. Meanwhile, the Wind Riders are being able to shut down mining at this particular Haunted Gold Mine completely, as some Ghouls are going to get taken down here. There goes a denial. Naga Sea Witch not going to be able to get any extra experience there. Meanwhile, the Dreadlord sitting at level 4 as the, well, Gargoyles now chasing after those Wind Riders and won't have that big of an issue as the units are now trying to head back. All right, Wind Rider going after right there. He's going to go ahead and switch places. Naga Sea Witch heads off to the north. Are we going to see a healing salve? No healing salve there. Wind Rider low on hit points. What is he going to try and do next? Another Wind Rider down to the south here, causing a little bit of issues. Going to go ahead and hold position and get some damage onto some of those acolytes. Meanwhile, we see a sleep onto some of those units off to the north. All right, are we going to see an engagement? In comes one Gargoyle. There's a Scroll of Healing being used very quickly as that Gargoyle going to get taken down rather fast. Naga Sea Witch is currently, well, surrounded. There is a reveal right there as the Naga Sea Witch uses the Potion of Healing, gets up to level 4, and is it going to Fork Lightning her way out of that tough spot, dealing a lot of damage. So far, Skeletal Minions trying to back their way. Acolyte joins in on the fight as well. And we see a 5-unit surround finish it off as the Dreadlord gets 286 experience. All right. So far, very, very strange game already underway. Level 4 on both heroes, almost level 5 for that Dreadlord, though. Meanwhile, Wind Riders making their way over, trying to get some damage onto those Acolytes as the Acolytes, well, being forced to come back off of the gold mine. We are running on 2 bases on both sides. 35 supply compared to 49. The Wind Riders, however, currently being easily countered, and we need to see either some sort of upgrades or other ways for Lin to use his gold. He doesn't want to go into low upkeep as of yet. He wants to try to stay at where he is. Also, Naga Sea Witch, if it can get to level 5, level 3 Fork Lightning would do a lot of damage, not only to the Ghouls on the ground, but the Gargoyles, who really don't have that many hit points either. All right, unit's going to go ahead and back away, finishing off some of those units here in just a moment. There you go, going to go ahead and try and engage. There goes one Kobold Geomancer, another Kobold Geomancer going to get taken down. Naga Sea Witch picking up that Tome of Intelligence, getting in a little bit of extra damage while finishing off all of the ground units pretty easily. All right. Kobold Taskmaster going to get finished off here. Do we see Envenom Spears? No. Scourge Bone Chimes, an item not particularly great for the Wind Riders, but will help all of these other, will help some of the grunts as well, as we see a Lich join in on the fight from the undead. Lich, Orb of Corruption, Frost Nova to perhaps melt or freeze these Wind Riders in his tracks, as we're looking at, well, 2 spirit or 2 towers protecting the expansion here. Wind Rider's going to join in on the fight here. Could be a little bit of a problem. Wind Rider's trying to back away. Grunts now going to be able to make their way in. Goblin Sapper takes down one. Nerubian Tower on the other side may get taken down as well, as Raiders now joining in on the fight as well. No Scroll of Town Portal possible from this location because, well, no Necropolis, as the Raiders are in position there. There goes a Fork Lightning as the Wind Riders are just going to eat through the remaining Acolytes with no problem. Naga Sea Witch may be able to get to level 5 here. It does get to level 5. And now are we going to perhaps see a Fork Lightning across all of those units here? All right, damage being done. Well, there's a sleep onto the Naga Sea Witch. The Wind Riders trying to head away, and are they going to be able to get back in time? A new Wind Rider apparently not getting the memo that it shouldn't be off over here, still trying to fight its way through. Solo Naga for Lin. Absolutely strange strategy as a Carrion Swarm eats through some of those units once again. All right. Gargoyles chasing after this one Wind Rider here. Lich is currently out onto the battlefield. Units all backing away. Solo Naga versus Dreadlord Lich. here on Terranistan in this undead versus orc matchup. Not your standard game at all, as the Wind Riders, will have to try and protect this expansion here. The Gargoyle is going to be able to poke apart without much of a problem. There goes an Ensnare. Carrion Swarm, Frost Nova bursting down so much damage. And that is going to be a very bad game indeed if more of these units are getting taken down. Meanwhile, Troll Bat Rider going to try and focus down some of those gargoyles there. There goes some Wind Riders taken down rather easily. More damage coming in. Another Frost Nova melting away so much damage again. And Frost Nova just absolutely destroying those Wind Riders in the air, followed by another Carrion Swarm just at the outside of that range. All right, standard games look anything but standard now, as we're taking a look at this Wind Rider trying to back away, gonna end up finding a bunch of gargoyles and get taken down. 26 supply compared to 36. Lin will now need to change up his strategy, not continue to perhaps try and go for any more raiders, as well. There goes some extra easy units again. Are we going to perhaps see some more damage come across? There goes another one right there. Dreadlord trying to head back. Frost Nova slowing down the Naga Sea Witch, but the Naga Sea Witch now making away that distance. Is it going to be able to finish off the Dreadlord? No, it is not. Able to perhaps cause a little bit of problems, as you can see that Dreadlord was forced to use a Scroll of Town portal. Alright, where is that Dreadlord? Dreadlord already healed back up, fighting or standing on Blight, trying to heal up a little bit more. Acolyte wandering around here. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 5, almost level, sitting at about 5.5. Dreadlord almost at 6 as well. This is going to be awfully close in terms of damage. Fork Lightning level 3 actually really good versus Gargoyles. Yes, that's true. But we're also seeing Carrion Swarm level 3 and Frost Nova level 2 going up against Wind Riders, and that apparently was much more successful and much more deadly. So far, we are now 16 minutes into this game. The game is, well, still rather unorthodox, difficult to know any type of real strategy or real long-term play here. Frost Nova onto that Forest Troll Berserker. Forest Troll Berserker will get taken down. Mass AoE against mass AoE, as the, Naga Sea Witch is going to try and engage here. Troll Bat Rider going to easily get, webbed down into position here. And Naga Sea Witch is really just absorbing far too much damage at this point. Down to 445 hit points without armor, is now sleeping on the job. And now with that said, the Dreadlord may be able to get in front of it. There's another Dark Ritual to try to get one more Frost Nova onto that Naga Sea Witch. Are we going to see exactly that? There goes a Carrion Swarm. There goes a Frost Nova. There goes a couple of ensnares, as the Naga Sea Witch will be able to slither away. Alright, Naga Sea Witch having some down time, now trying to retreat back, escaping under 50 hit points. That Naga Sea Witch, high intelligence, and even with Pure Up to Vitality, having a difficult time staying alive. Yeah, some health, those additional health items really definitely helping, selling the Scourge Bone Chimes as the Naga Sea Witch once again ventures forth. Should have perhaps picked up an additional healing salve in order to heal back up even further. Are we going to go into a Goblin Zeppelin play? Yes, we are now. A rather gutsy move, considering that there were gargoyles earlier, and now there are Crypt Fiends that can web down the Goblin Zeppelin pretty quickly. Expansion, gonna get up an Orc Burrow, but I do not believe it has fortified armor, and without fortified armor, the heroes are going to be able to deal so much damage. Carrion Swarm straight through the woods, as damage going to be coming through. Are we going to look at the Frost Nova perhaps melting down some of those peons? And there we go. Are they going to try to jump inside? Level 6 now on the Dreadlord. And, this game could continue to go from bad to worse any further. With that Carrion Swarm just so far in range, dealing so much damage. And, the Dreadlord sitting on a good amount of experience. Death Knight as the third hero going up against a solo Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch trying to finish off the Spirit Tower here. Is the Naga Sea Witch going to actually get to level 6 off of a Spirit Tower? It is not. Going to instead just take down some of these important tech buildings, both sides, now losing precious resources and that next base. Making its way down. Haunted Goldmine already taken out. The Tomb of Relics, it looks like it will be left behind right here. Goblin Zeppelin going to go ahead and pick up, perhaps drop inside the base. Only about 2 minutes of mining left on both sides here, as we are now teching the tier 3 Raiders are now about to join move out away from the battle as well. Peon's going to join in on the fight. What is going on here? Those units all need to back up as the Goblin Zeppelin going to perhaps try and drop in and, well, cause some problems. In comes some units here. If they can finish down, yep, there it goes. Are we going to see Monsoon? Or not Monsoon, Tornado, and there it is, Tornado straight up on all of these buildings right here, and a quick sleep on the Naga Sea Witch, followed by a Dreadlord coming into summoning down an Infernal, as the Naga Sea Witch is just sleeping on the job, and this is the perfect opportunity to use sleep, as that Naga Sea Witch is just in serious danger. All right, Naga Sea Witch about to get taken down, finally using that Scroll of Town Portal, was trying to take down the Haunted Gold Mine. Not quite sure why you would even bother to repair a Haunted Gold Mine that only had 1,250 gold left. Just mine it out to unsummon it. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 6. Here you go again with the Monsoon. Yes, no, it is Tornado. I'm sorry, a Sea Witch I have never seen. Well, like if they called it Water Spout, then I'd be like, okay, at least that still makes sense, right? Like, it's a Sea Witch should never be able to cast a Tornado. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways. Alright, Staff of Teleportation, Naga Sea Witch makes its way back off to the north. Warlocks on Circle of Fallen Heroes. Yes, that is true, but Xanderdon did also tell me that there is no heroes, or there is not the creep that actually casts Monsoon on Circle of Fallen Heroes. So take that, metaphysics. Coming back around, pretty much no more mining. 350 gold here, 800 gold here, as well as the Naga Sea Witch getting into position. Are they going to try and snipe down this gold mine? There is another Fork Lightning trying to finish off more units. Haunted gold mine. Are we perhaps going to just finish off a couple of these key spirit towers as well? Yes, we are. Inferno now dropping in from the sky. No mining from the peons. Actually, a bit shocked by that they were still mining as opposed to jumping inside those orc burrows to try and fight away. Raiders, meanwhile, going to be able to get in some easy damage. Are we perhaps going to be looking at Forked Lightning onto some of those units as well, trying to finish off some of those units as the Spirit Towers, well, dealing some damage there. There is now a Tornado, or, yeah, Tornado, picking up, dealing damage across all of these buildings right here. And we are also looking at the ghouls, who are currently just picked up and not engaging either. All right, couple of ghouls now back down. Are we going to see those ghouls get taken down? Low hit point Raider going to try to back away, unable to do exactly that, as the, well, Naga Sea we're trying to finish off here. Meanwhile, back down to the south, we can see more damage coming through the Inferno, the one that actually deals the most damage to the fortress, unable to do very much as more units are engaging back and forth. Perhaps the Peon should have been inside the Orc Burrow to try and deal a little bit of damage, as it is turning into a base race scenario. All right, additional watchtowers, Necropolis now getting added in. Raiders coming in, watchtowers being built all over the place, as Raider after Raider is getting attack after attack. And yes, there is pillage, and hence the reason why the Raiders are still able to get a little bit of gold. Necropolis about to be done off to the north here. Raiders are attacking down across over here as well. Let's take a look. A couple of Orc burrows are being left behind. Where is the Undead Army? Undead Army going to go ahead and get a Staff of Teleportation and try and head back over here to try and take down some of these watchtowers. Infernal, a new Infernal summoned back down across here, as well. How much damage can really be done? Triple watchtowers in position here. Meanwhile, Raider is going after some slaughterhouses again, taking a look at some damage across all the sides of the Carrion Swarm, finding its targets. All right, dealing more damage. Are we perhaps going to get some more ensnares? This watchtower, is it just going to get canceled? Down to 50 hit points, down to 10 hit points. Just cancel it now. Nope. Peon now trying to get away again. All right, more damage getting picked up once more. Well, Raiders are just running around this haunted gold mine. Naga Sea Witch continuing to engage, and in comes some watchtowers poking apart at this Infernal here. Forked Lightning getting in some damage again. There goes another Raider, as well. It looks like who is victorious? It is going to be the Undead player. Undead victorious with superior heroes. Lin does in fact give the GG. Lin actually not doing that bad, considering he's going for mass raiders with solo Naga as orc. Yeah, very strange strategy. Hopefully you guys found that entertaining. I wasn't even sure quite what I was watching or looking at for quite some time, but that was a very entertaining game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.